Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lacquer Lover and today I'm going to be swatching this Essie Target exclusive. This is their Movin Groovin collection. It is a collection inspired by a groovy joyride with your besties. This collection showcases a vibrant array of 6 optimistically bright shades that will bring smiles for miles. You and your crew are ready for the adventure of your life, so channel your inner free spirit and let's get movin' and groovin'. I think this collection fits perfectly into that spring-summer transition with all the bright colors here. So without further ado, let's get into the swatches. Alright, underneath all swatches, I'm applying base coat to protect my natural nails. This is especially important for that reddish color because you don't want to stain your nail plate. The first polish that I'm swatching is called Love Yourself to Pieces, which is a corally creme, and this one, I honestly feel like Essie missed the chance to name it Love Yourself to Peaches because it is a peachy coral color, and I would appreciate the pun. Here's the first coat of Love Yourself to Pieces. It is a bit sheer. You can see a lot of patches all over the nails, but it did kind of level itself out as it dried, so it wasn't too much of a pain when I went in with the second coat, and with that second coat, it definitely builds up to full opacity, so pretty easy to work with. This is not the most unique color and you probably already own something similar. If you walk down the nail polish aisle at any drugstore, you'll find this color in a multitude of brands, but if you are adamant about building your Essie collection and if you want a coral, then this is definitely one of your better options. And the next polish is called Along for the Vibe, which is kind of a minty green. This one at first reminded me of First Timer, but after comparing it side by side, First Timer is definitely yellower and brighter. I would say that Along for the Vibe is kind of dusty in its own special way, and here you can see in its first coat it does have really good coverage. If you have shorter nails, you might be able to get away with one coat if you just work that polish really carefully, but I did need to go in with the second coat. It was super easy though and leveled out really nicely. Here is 2 coats of Along for the Vibe, and it is a great kind of grassy green for the springtime. And the next polish is called Run Wildflower, which is a lilac-y creme that reminds me of Baguette Me Not and Playdate. So I love the swatch clip that I have here because it's not too thick of a coat, but you can see that the polish just gets onto the nail plate so smoothly and it levels itself out so beautifully. It does have a lot of streaks and patchiness in there, but the second coat will cover all those up and it will be absolutely perfect. So this was a really gorgeous formula, a really gorgeous color, and just a dream to work with. So here is 2 coats of Run Wildflower. This is a beautiful pinky purple for the spring and for the summer. And the next polish is actually the namesake of the collection. This one is called Movin Groovin, and it is a beautiful bright orange creme. I would describe this as a tangerine orange. It is a really good mix of red and yellow. It doesn't fall too much on the yellow side or too much on the red side, and it does have a really nice formula. It is a little squishy or sheer in the first coat, but it does build up really nicely, and again, these level out so well, so you don't have to be too careful with your application. The formula is very forgiving, especially if you are a beginner. This is 2 coats of Movin Groovin. This is a pure bright orange. It doesn't have too much red or pink mixed into there to make it a coral. I just love that it is just orange, like straight out of a Crayola crayon pack, and you'll be able to use this for a lot of cool, bright and fun summer, spring nail art. And the next polish is called Keys to Happiness, which is almost a cherry red. It's not a pure cherry red in that a lot of OPIs are, just because it's more on the creamy side. I feel like it has some white or something else mixed into it to make it more opaque, and a pure cherry red would kind of be more squishy or have a crelly-ish formula, but you can see that it has really good coverage in its first coat. You do want to be really careful with reds and colors like this because once they get into your cuticle, they don't want to move, so you don't want to flood the cuticle like I did there, but I was able to kind of stealthily remove it, and then I did have to go in with a third coat because I found that when it dried, it revealed more imperfections and streakiness, so I just wanted to do a third coat to be safe. This is 3 coats of Keys to Happiness, and it does take a little extra care compared to the other colors in this collection, but I do think that the end product makes any pair of hands look picturesque, so it's definitely worth looking into this red polish, and boy have the retro vibes been strong throughout this collection. I think that this red really drives that kind of theme home, and yeah, it's a really good one to add to any collection. And the last polish in this collection is called Flair for Fun, which is a dusty denim-y blue that reminds me of As If from their fall 2017 collection. This one doesn't really fit in with the rest of the color story, but it does give those dusty vibes that kind of breaks it up, so that if you want something that's a little more subtle, then you can go for something like this rather than something super bright. But here it is in its first coat, and it does apply really evenly. This is almost a one coater, but I do have some kind of patches near the cuticle, so I'm going in with the second coat to cover those up. And if you are really careful with your application, or if this polish kind of thickens over time, then you will probably be able to get away with one coat. But here it is in two coats, and it's really gorgeous. It's really good for fall time, honestly, but if you want to wear this in the spring, I think it would work as well. And of course, this would be really great for denim nail art. So that is my swatch and review of Essie's Movin Groovin collection. I love this entire collection. I think it has some really great staples moving into the warmer and brighter days. And my favorite is Movin Groovin, which is that bright orange, because it is a pure orange. It doesn't have any red or pink mixed into it to make it coral. It doesn't have shimmer in it. It's just a great orange. I find that I need orange in a lot of nail art, and I tend to use more or less the same ones that are either too red or too yellow. But this one is just the perfect balance. I love it, and I think I'll use it a lot. And my second favorite is that reddish orange called Keys to Happiness, because again, it's really bright. And yeah, this collection has amazing staples, amazing formulas, and I really recommend it. Again, you can purchase these at Target, and yeah, that's it. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye everyone!